So the 3-week Epic versus Apple trial in California is now winding down. Apple CEO Tim Cook is the final witness. He expected to face more than 2 hours of questions. Joining us now from outside the courthouse is Bloomberg technology anchor Emily Chang. Hey, Emily, we can't get cameras in the courthouse, but what do we know so far about the questioning?
So Tim Cook is on the stand right now, Alex. He's just started to testify, talking already about his oversight of the App Store. He says he's dictated the strategic direction to the App Store to some degree, but focuses more on the strategic direction of the company overall. He arrived here about 20 minutes ago. He was looking happy, looking cheerful. He waved at us. And Apple, walking into this, is feeling pretty confident in the case that they have made so far. Epic also feeling confident. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney has been here every day at the front of the courtroom. He said as he was walking in that he is feeling good, but Epic has a high bar. They have to prove that Apple is in some way, with respect to the App Store, a monopoly, and that is something that's going to be very difficult to do. We know that Tim Cook has been preparing for this. He has been practicing for hours with his team. We've never seen him testify in a court setting like this before, but of course we have seen him testify a couple of times before Congress and has always come off pretty polished. He's never really been caught off guard, but he is prepared for that moment today, for that off-the-wall question, for getting caught off guard. And we're expecting this testimony, Apple's side, asking him some questions now. That'll last about an hour, then 2 more hours for Epic's cross-examination. So we're looking at upwards of 3 hours of Tim Cook on the stand here today.
You can follow it line by line. There is a top live running now on the Bloomberg, a TLIV. That's the function you need if you want to kind of get an idea of what the questioning looks like. Cook being talked about, Cook talking about right now the importance of security and of privacy. Emily, is there an expectation that this is just the first of many assaults on the App Store, that Tim Cook will have to be back time and time again, because where Epic have started, others will follow?
Well, and this is not the first, Guy, because we saw that report coming from the House Antitrust Subcommittee, where David Cicilline, the chair of that committee, called the App Store and Apple's way that Apple runs the App Store highway robbery. Senator Elizabeth Warren, has called for Apple and the App Store to break up. This is something that antitrust regulators, that folks in Washington are already and have already been watching, and this is just one step in that journey. And Apple knows that what happens here today is being watched in Washington, and Epic knows that as well. And yes, there will be more of this, but certainly the decision here is going to be really important. And I should add that there is one judge who is overseeing this trial. There's not a jury, so it's up to this judge to make a decision here, and we're expecting that to take several months. So, of course, we'll be watching and listening for Tim Cook to testify upwards of 3 hours here today.